Well, all right. All right. We are live now. Okay. Super,
Yes, we
super.
are.
Okay, we are live. Welcome to our webinar. This is Gary Fitzgerald, President and CEO of the Millionaires Club. Thomas, who are you?
I'm Tom Fernandez. I also am part of the Millionaires Club.
You're on the leadership team. So it's
Yes, I am.
he's like, I like to introduce him as my sidekick, like Johnny Carson used to have Ed McMahon as a sidekick. I got Thomas Fernandez. Okay, here we go. Let's start this thing going here. Okay, on Monday, we did a webinar, and it was the full presentation about the Millionaires Club, what it was, what we were all about, what our mission is, and how it all works. And we also covered the compensation plan, how you can make money within the Millionaires Club. So that's all recorded. That'll be on our website as of this afternoon. On Tuesday, yesterday, we had a fun time yesterday. We were talking about millionaire dreams, becoming a millionaire, creating your dream lifestyle, and we're having a lot of fun with that yesterday. Just trying to create what you really want to happen in the future, and how you can find it within the Millionaires Club. Today, Wednesday, our topic here today is the 7 secrets to financial success. So I'm going to go over that a little bit, but I just want to go over a couple of notes here. All these recordings will be up on our web site, so you can go there and check them out at any time. I would advise you to watch a presentation first, and then watch any other videos that are of interest to you. Tomorrow we have another webinar. I don't know what the topic is going to be yet. It may be another overview of the Millionaires Club and new things that are happening. So we'll have maybe some updates, and maybe maybe we'll have somebody else down below that we can get some insights from. Next week we're going to start inviting more people on the panel below to join Thomas, and just start growing. Just have a lot of fun. Let me make sure, see everything is my little notes here. Trainings are going to start in the back office in your membership area on Monday. All your private trainings are going to start on Monday, so watch for those. And I think that's pretty much it there. You got anything on as far as what we just covered, Thomas, as far as any webinars we did on Monday and Tuesday, or anything like that?
No, I just want to remind people that I know on our website, when we talk about on our back office, you need to go to themillionairesclub.com, and
Not
there
the
itself.
leave off the millionairesclub.com, not the.
Okay, millionaires.com. Okay.
Yeah, don't forget the spelling of it too. It's E-E-R, not A-I-R-E. So, all right, let's get started on this presentation here. And I don't think it'll be less than an hour, most likely. But who knows? once I start talking, I may just go off on someplace, and I never know where it's going to take me. None of my webinars are scripted or planned. I always do everything off the cuff, on the moment, because Thomas might just say something, and then it's going to lead me someplace else, and so we just go play it by ear, and we just hope that you like it and enjoy it. Okay?
Well, we'll give you a lot of good information, and at the same time, we want to make it fun. We are not stiff-collared and that, so we want to make this pleasant and enjoyable, so that you're able to also visit us on a regular basis.
Yeah, I mean, we want you to see that even our webinars are fun. So so you get the idea that everything within the Millionaires Club is going to be fun. We're going to be serious, but we're gonna have fun as being serious. You can get very serious but have fun at the same time. And so we want to create an atmosphere that you'll enjoy visiting often, uh, and not some stick in the mud or some really stiff type person talking here, with a shirt and tie on and trying to tell you what to do. All we're going to do is tell you some concepts and ideas and beliefs, and you can choose to do what you want. You don't have to believe everything I say. I'm using my own opinions from my own experiences and stuff I've read. And you choose what's valuable and what's not valuable. You don't have to use everything I say. You can just take what you think is good for you. All right. So we're all different people. So there you go. I'm not going to tell Thomas what to do. I may give him some suggestions, and he'll pick and choose what he wants to do, what he's comfortable doing, because he has a different character or personality than I do. So we're not all going to do the same thing. But we try and give you ideas, strategies, tips, and then you take it from there. That's all we can really do. That's what anybody can do, any coach can do. But your actions are going to be your own, and but we're going to try and make sure that your actions are very positive and keep moving you forward to your goal. Uh-oh, I said that goal word. I'm not supposed to do that. Your outcome.
Well, one of the things that we do have is that we do have a lot of fun, and the thing about it is, I take what Gary has taught me and has helped me with to be able to achieve the things that I want to be able to do here in the future. And we ourselves are not particularly per se millionaires yet, but on paper, I guess you could say that we are.
Yeah, on paper we are millionaires, and we are, let's say, maybe months away from being $1 million in our bank account. And we hope that, about a year from now, you're in the same position. All right. What we're doing right now makes us a millionaire on paper, which means our plans are set, our outcomes are set. All we have to do is take our actions every day, and at a certain date in the near future, we'll cross that milestone of becoming, getting our millionaire status back. Thomas and I were both millionaires, and we both had some economic turndowns, and we're coming back. Just like Donald Trump came back, $700 million in debt, and now he's, I think, about $12 billion in profit. So I like to use his story because it's a phenomenal story, And so there we go. So you're gonna go along for a really fantastic ride with us, and you're gonna be able to piggyback off our knowledge, experience, and what we're doing, so you can come along with us. And that's what this is all about, a beautiful journey, a ride to your promised land, whatever that may be. Okay, so that's good. All righty. So let's get on with the 7 secrets to financial freedom. Now, I don't know if you can call them really secrets because they're really out there, but if you don't know them, then it's a secret to you, I guess, right? But the one thing. Now these are mine. They're not everybody's. You might find somebody else to give you 7 different steps, and somebody else give you another 7 steps. These are mine, and these are the ones I stand by. And so take from it what you will. My first step is really the reason why most people aren't financially free. And I don't want to ever put Thomas on the spot, but sometimes I tend to ask him a question and he's trying to figure out what the right answer is, right?
No, I
But
mean, yeah, most of the time, uh, since we've been there and have had uh, the situation, but according to the economy, you know, it keeps going up and down, so we get on this financial roller coaster. And I know that there are people out there that have gone through this, that have had it, and of course, when you've got it, you feel it's never going to stop coming in. But for whatever reason, the economy, the crisis, or whatever, uh, you know, things happen, and there again, we are down in the slums. But
well,
here
we're not down in the slum.
with Gary's
We're not down in
financial
the slum.
secrets.
You know, basically, we want to get you to a point where it doesn't matter what happens with the U.S. economy, because it's, you know, you get to a point and it's not going to affect you. And in reality, you know, once rich people, they know how to take advantage of the economy when it's down. There's so many more, you know, there's some opportunities that pop open when the economy is down. And I'll just tell you just one thing right now. When the economy is down, that means the real estate prices are down. So if you're a real estate investor, you're buying property right now. You're buying investment property that creates an income. You're buying it now while real estate prices are lower. And then in a couple of years, 2 or 3 years, whatever it takes, I don't know yet, the prices will come back up, the rents will go up, and so you learn to take advantage of the down market when you have money. All right, when you don't have any money, you're stuck in it and you're struggling. So there you have it. But the reason, number one secret, is the reason why most people, and I'm talking like probably over 90% of the people, why those people are not financially free is because they do not make it a must. They don't make it a must. And they don't put enough time and effort into creating it. You know, what I mean by making it a must, it's not a priority in their life. Okay, paying their bills is okay, doing this, doing that, whatever. You know, buying a car they can't afford, going on trips, living above their means. That's what a lot of, you know, mostly what middle class people do. They actually owe more money than they actually make each year. And boy, so the first thing you have to do, the first secret is, if you want financial freedom, is you have to make it a priority in your life, and you must make it a must. Okay, so absolute. Because if you don't make it a must, you're never going to achieve it, right? You're going to put it off. You're not going to pay attention to it. You know, you can't come back and forth. You can't look at it one day, come back a month later, and then pick up from there. It's not going to work. You got to do financial freedom on a consistent basis and be persistent about it, and pay close attention to what's happening. And we're going to cover that other stuff here, but doesn't that make sense, Thomas, that people just don't make it a must to be financially free?
Well, sometimes priorities are not where they're supposed to be, and the thing about it is I know, like you said, there are some that live outside their means.
Well, the poor people don't have any means, right? They don't have anything. Middle class people are always playing, you know, catch up with the Joneses next door and trying to look like they're more successful than they really are. You know, so they go out and they rent that Mercedes or, you know, BMW and try to look. They try to impress other people and try to, you know, do their ego thing. And, you know, there's a lot of people that are worth like $1 million, but they have all this debt from all their
Yes, they do.
toys and stuff like that. So you gotta, so number one is a priority. You have to make financial freedom a priority, and that's it. If you make it a priority and you pay attention to it every day, a nice every day, not or at every other day. But you got to stay on top of this. All right. Number two, financial freedom. What does it mean to you? You got to be specific. So number two is specific. How much money does it take? How much money do you want in order to be financially free? And how you figure that out is you figure out how much money it's going to cost you for living expenses. Do you want to buy a house, have a mortgage, whatever? Car, what kind of car do you want to drive? Food, travel. Try and get an itemized list of everything you want to do if money wasn't an issue, and then try to figure out how much it's going to cost you, how much you need on an annual basis. All right, and then you got to use that number there and say, okay, I need X amount of dollars coming into my house every year in order to be financially free. So your investments have to match or be greater than the amount you need. So I have to use an example. If you want to have a lifestyle that's $200,000, all right, and that $200,000 covers all your living expenses, clothes, food, travel, everything that you want to do in the year. So you need $200,000. The money you're making on your job, let's say when you use the investments first, the money coming in from your investments is $100,000. So that means you have to work for the other $100,000. So that is not financial freedom. Once your passive residual investments are creating $200,000 a year or more, then you're financially free. Okay, that's the example I use all the time.
It makes sense. Makes really good sense.
Yeah, because if you have to still work, you're not financially free. Plain and simple. That's an easy way of saying it. If you don't have to work, then you're financially free. You only work if you want to. Most people will still work, even people that are financially free. They still doing things. They still spend time on a job or some kind of profession where, they keep the money coming in, but they don't have to. Okay, that's the thing. So figure out an exact amount of money that you want coming in every year from your investments to cover the lifestyle you desire. Now, $200,000 is not a lot of money, actually. See, I'm more on the scale of wanting $1 million a year coming in, and I think it'll probably take me about 2 years to create that. So that's there. But I'll be financially free sometime before the end of this year. Okay. Probably by September, I think. All my plans are set financially free in September. Okay. All right. Anything on those on that topic, Thomas?
No, not right now. Just like I said, we have this agenda of the months that we feel that we're going to be financially free.
Okay. Next one, number 3, is time. Wherever you are right now, okay, and when do you want to become financially free? At what point in the future? We just talked about September. That's what, 4 months away, or 4 or 5 months away now. Most people aren't going to be much further. It's going to be a lot further down the road in a couple of months. Everything I'm doing, I did over time, and accumulates. So you have to pick a point in time in the future that you want to be financially free. Don't make it too far. Maybe 2 years, 5 years max. I wouldn't do anything more than that. It depends on a lot of factors, and I'm not going to go all to those factors, but because some people might be making more money than others. Some people are more liquid. They have a little bit more money to invest with. Um, so everybody's situation is going to be a little bit different, and you'll have to custom make it to what you're doing right now. Okay, so you got to attach a time frame on it. If you don't attach a time frame on it, you're never going to achieve it. All right, because you have to have an outcome set. I almost said that G word. So yeah, it's a goal. Just in case, I'll just mention the G word is goal. That has a bad condensation to it. So no, I don't like to use it. It has a negative attitude towards goal setting. If I said you want to attend a goal setting seminar, people, oh no. So if I say do you want to go to a dream setting outcome seminar, then people, well, what kind of seminar is that? So it's a different perception, but both the same things. So so it's you got to have fun with this stuff here. You got to use certain words, verbiage, to attract people. Those old cliche words are negative.
Of course, September is 4 months away, but at the same time, this is something that Gary and I have been working on for a while. So this is not something that's going to be an overnight sensation for anybody. So it's going to take time.
Yeah, I mean, we've been working on the Millionaires Club since I started last August in Florida, and was putting together slowly over the summer, and then in October it was pretty much set with what I was going to do, but then I kept changing, always trying to improve it and pick it apart, and finally, 7 months later, we got the everything set, and we're ready, and that's what we're rocking and rolling right now. Okay, so everything in time. You don't rush things. You got to be patient to a degree, because you just can't go out in the backyard and take money off a money tree. You have to let time do its thing, and unfortunately, it takes time. So you have to bear with it.
One of the things that we've done is in this past time, like Gary said, we've been working on it since August. We've taken out the obstacles and rough edges and things, so that it'll be a little bit smoother for you that are coming on. I know Gary has gone through sleepless nights and has devoted a lot of time to this, but he has it now to where it's going to be smooth for everybody else, and we're going to try and help you to be able to accomplish, the dreams that you have.
Yeah, and we're going to be refining lots of things within the club. We're going to be improving it on a steady basis. I got plans for a really robust website not too far down the road, where it's going to be a lot more attractive, easy to maneuver around on the site. It's going to look a lot more exciting with different videos. So you're going to see a transformation in the website. They're going to see lots of improvements. We're going to be adding things to it, everything to make the members happy and give them a lot more value for what they put in. So it's gonna, you're gonna see. Just sit back and watch. All right. Okay. Let's move on to step number 4. So we did priority. Make a priority. Be specific about a time. Specific about an amount of money you need, and then specific with your time. And then once you figure that all out, you have to do a how-to. All right. How to get there, how to create my financial freedom. So you have to plan. Okay, this is probably the hardest part of any kind of business, is to plan and be strategic about it. Okay, let me take this glass of water. The plan has to be strategic, and it also has to be a double E, efficient and effective. Okay, so you have to spend time, but once you spend the time, then you just and set the plan up, then you just go ahead and follow through. But you gotta figure how you're going to do it. And there's three ways that you're going to invest in. The three standard ways. The one is real estate. Okay, that's what myself and Thomas did. We real estate. We invested in real estate over time. I made tons and tons of money in real estate. But real estate does take time. It takes time to make money in real estate. Sometimes you get lucky. Maybe if you're really good at flipping houses or something like that, you can make money doing that way. But a lot of times, you may have to buy rental property and deal with renters. So real estate is a really fantastic way to make money. Okay, especially now. If you got a lot of money right now, I tell you to buy real estate now while it's still low. And over the next couple of years, the price is going to continually go higher. Okay, number two would be shares, stocks and bonds. Okay, there are a lot of people who go into the stock market and they're speculating. You can be a conservative investor where little risk, or you can go to the extreme and do high risk investments. The higher the risk, the higher the gain. That's always the name of the game in stocks and bonds. So with that area, you got to find. I'm going to talk about that a little bit lower, but that's another area that you can invest your money in. Okay, and there's other parts of stocks and bonds. Like right now, I'm doing precious metals. I'm buying silver. So you can buy silver and gold. I think that's going to be really important in the future. Everybody's talking about silver going through the roof, so I'm buying silver, hoping. Okay, so that's what you got to do. And number three, the third way, is through business investments, and that very, very wide area open to investing. You can invest money with somebody. You can buy a share in the business. There's a lot of ways you can make money investing in business. Okay, but those are the three typical ways that where you're going to invest your money in order to get a return. Okay. Any comments on that at all, Thomas?
No, I agree with you. I know I myself right now have an opportunity to invest in a restaurant. The man has talked to me and wants me to do that. But of course, whatever you're going to do, you need to make sure that you take a look at everything, what your return is going to be, how much money that you're going to have to invest in that. So these are all factors that we try to help to be able to do those things like that.
Yeah, and in your situation, Thomas, with a restaurant, you have to understand that any business, like a brick and mortar type business, 50% of those, I think, maybe more, 50% of those don't survive 2 years. And the other 50% that are made it to 2 years, I think there's a good percentage of those that don't survive 5 years. So investing in a brick and mortar, especially a restaurant, that's a high risk category. So unless that guy is a fantastic cook and they got some kind of special, I'm not talking about a pizza restaurant, not a pizzeria. I'm talking about a restaurant, right, Thomas?
Right. Yes, that's right.
Okay, yeah, because it's different. A pizzeria usually always makes money if your pizza's good, but a restaurant, wow, you don't even have to have the best location.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons that I'm kind of leery about, saying that. But it's like you were saying, there's always going to be some kind of business out there that is going to require someone to invest in them, and
Yeah,
just a matter of do you want to be a partner or not.
yeah. I mean, there's a lot of solid. I'll get to that in a minute because, but there's a lot of ways you can invest in a business with reducing the risk quite a bit. You really don't want to take on too much risk. Depending on your age, the younger you are, the more risks you can take, like I did, like Thomas did. But when you reach our age, our risk factor is almost zero right now. We really don't want to lose any money anymore. We're at a position in life where, even if we get 3% out of the bank, we'll take it. But we want to be able to grow. So, and we don't want to. But right now, we can't afford to lose any money anymore. So we're very conservative what we do with our money. And okay. And also, obviously, we're here. We're the Millionaires Club. You can find an investment within us very cheap and no risk too. So, all right. So that's a how-to. You gotta plan. That takes a lot of time. You gotta figure out what you're gonna invest in, how much over time. Like every month, you might want to buy. Invest a little bit more. Invest a little bit more. And anytime you make any profits from those investments, you have to take the profits. Don't spend it. You got to put your profits back into buying more investments. Okay, you got to buy more assets. So you got to have an account that is set up so when you make money, you buy more stuff that uses it to make even more money. That's what you have to do, and you can't touch that. It's what do you call that? It's your wealth account. You can't dip into your wealth account for any reason. You have to grow it. Okay. Use your job money for any expenses, but don't touch your wealth account. That's forbidden.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Yeah. Because if you take it out, you're not going to put it back in again. So I know I've made that mistake myself. So
sometimes we learn the hard way.
No, that's the only way to learn in my book. I'm telling you. All right. Okay, we went through 4. Okay, now we're going to hit 5. And education. Education. And that's what we're talking about here a little bit. Whatever you're going to invest in, all right, you've got to educate yourself on that. You have, like when I was in real estate, I was a constant reader of real estate books. I was going to seminars on real estate. I would attend every single office meeting because I wanted to hear what the big money earners had to say. So if you have to learn what to do. Otherwise, you don't grow at all. So you have to constantly grow your mind in order to grow your bank account. And it's super, super important. I myself, I was not a big reader until I got involved in real estate, and then that's all I read was real estate books. I didn't buy any story books or novels or anything like that. Everything I put was related to real estate and how I can become a better real estate person. And so, the more knowledge I had in real estate, the more money I could make. So I made it a point, to be as knowledgeable as I can. Now, with that being said, also I'm still learning. I don't stop. I have my computer. I'm in China right now, and what do you think? One of the most important things that I brought with me, is I brought. Can you see that? What are those?
Yes, it is.
What are those, Thomas?
They're books about being a millionaire.
All right, look at this one. I'm going to show you what I read. So you see what I read.
Message.
Millionaire Messenger. I read that. I read it already, but I use it as kind of a tool to build the Millionaires Club. There's a lot of stuff in there that I'm going to implement into the Millionaires Club. That's how I read that book. This is a book I'm reading right now. Okay, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. Now, now most people are not going to read a book like this. Okay, this book is about. You can see how far I got here. Can you see it right there? Cool.
Yes,
All right.
it is.
So I didn't get very far. That book is about neuroscience. What is neuroscience? Neuroscience explains why people do the things they do, why they make the choices they do, and explains how you can shift from one part over to another. So maybe you might have a negative attitude. This shows you how to switch your mind over to become a very positive person. So it's really tells you how to think and why maybe in the past you did things wrong and made mistakes, and it shows you. It's a little bit on the heavy side, but to me, I really enjoy doing it because in order for me to coach you properly, I have to be able to tell you what to watch out for and try and coach you in the right direction. And it kind of explains to you a little bit as to why you shouldn't do this or why you should do this. So I'm educating myself so I can be a better coach and mentor for you guys. Okay. This one here, I'm showing this for a reason. Okay. I want to show you what I do. I don't watch TV. All right. The One Thing. All right. Now that book, I'm reading that one too. I'm reading all three books at the same time. The One Thing tells you to focus on one thing and one thing only. Don't have, some people in the internet business world, they have 4 business opportunities that they're working on at the same time. Now, do you think they're really getting the most out of all 4 when they're working on 4? Or do you think they would get the most results if they focused on one? All right, so I'm focused on a Millionaires Club and nothing else, period. All right, that's all I'm consumed with, is making it the best I can. Now, if I was doing 2 other things, then I'm split. I can't focus properly the way I should be. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Does that make sense to you, Thomas?
Yes, it makes very much sense. The thing about it is, whatever it is that you do is, of course, being in the corporate world also, you have to have product knowledge. You have to have, if you're in sales, you have to know about your product. And, of course, that again is being able to educate yourself. Now, here through the Millionaires Club, we will provide you with the information that you need, and that's why it's important to go to our web sites and also go to our back office and listen to the tapes that Gary has put together for you, and be able to learn how to be that millionaire.
Okay, yeah, that's going to show 2 more real quick. I'm not trying to impress you with what I'm doing. I'm trying to impress upon you. That's a Tony Robbins line. Trying to impress upon you that I'm learning this. Can you see that book, Thomas? Because I can't right now. My screen is blank. All right,
yes,
it's another book I'm reading here, The Millionaire Maker. Okay, and it's telling you how to become a millionaire in 3 to 5 years. So what I'm doing there is I'm taking out some of her tips and strategies and implement them into the Millionaires Club. But I don't want you to take 3 to 5 years to become a millionaire, because a lot can happen in that time frame. All right, we want you to we want you to keep moving and moving fast. Okay, 3 to 5 years. It's so we're on the fast lane to millionaire status. Okay, fast lane. And also, just to let you know, I just bought this book before I left for China, and I'm sure you're gonna get this one, right? Robert Kiyosaki, Guide to Investing. What does it say? When the rich invest in, what does it say? When the rich invest in, what the rich invest in, and that the poor and middle class do not. So I do not know what that is yet, 'cause I had not read the book. But probably within a month, I have read all 4 of those books and implementing what I learned into the club. So education, I showed you those books because I want you to show you what I do, okay, and that I'm dead serious. Plus I have other books on Kindle too. A couple of Jack Canfield books on coaching and the 17 Principles of Success. So I am the biggest advocate of learning, and I'm the biggest learner around. I mean, I don't have to do this, right? I mean, I can sit back and live off my retirement income right now if I wanted to, but I choose not to. I don't like a lifestyle where your income is limited. Okay,
Right.
and just accept that amount of money and say, well, I'm on fixed income, and I meet so many retirees that I ask them what they're doing. Well, I can't really go too far anymore. I can't take trips. I'm living on limited income. It's wow, really? But yeah, but what can they do? I mean, they don't have the right mindset, and they go out. What do? They get out and do a job at the local supermarket as a bagger or a Kmart or something, making $5 an hour. I mean, come on, give me a break. You have to get serious about money and don't set no limits on it. And please don't work for $5 an hour. Oh my God. Okay, so we covered the education. I think I made my point on that. Whatever you're going to get involved with, you got to learn about it. So if you're going to get involved in real estate investing, start reading books on real estate, on the one area of real estate that you want to get involved in, whether it's commercial, renting, whatever. If you want to get involved in stocks and bonds, start reading on stocks and bonds. Go to some seminars or workshops, on that topic. And also the other one was business. If you're going to invest in business, research your ass off to learn about the business that you're going to invest in, and seriously take a look at the people who are running the company. Okay.
I think one of the biggest mistakes that people make is like investing. They rely on the brokers, and not all the brokers have their ducks in a row. So you have to make sure that you do find one that, of course, again, educate yourself in being able to know who you're dealing with and are they legitimate enough to be able to make your money grow.
Yeah, I mean, you can't trust brokers. I mean, the brokers, whether they're a real estate broker, they're out to make a commission. So they're in a hurry to close a deal. They're not always looking out for your best interest. Stocks and bond broker, they're the same thing. They may push you into a product to buy because that's the money they make the most commission off of, but it may not be the best product for you. So if you're going to get involved in stocks and bonds, if you don't know how to do it yourself, start reading books. But I'm going to tell you right now, find somebody really good. Don't go to your bank. And let them take your money. I did that already. I lost money. I gave them a bank some money, and I came back a year later, and I lost $1,000. So and that's I'm going to cover that point right now. So education. Now, number 6 for financial freedom, the secret is you have to create a mastermind group. And this is critical, so critical, because you don't know everything. You can't do it all alone. I need help building the Millionaires Club. Everything, you always need help in whatever you're going to do. The mastermind group is going to include an accountant, a lawyer, a banker, a real estate professional, and there's probably 1 or 2 others. Those are like the 4 basic ones. And the key to these people is you got to get the best people. You can't just go knock on a door of somebody down the street or your cousin or something like that. You have to really, in order to get the best service, you got to go to the best people. Ask any successful person, and they're going to tell you, always go to the best person. That's, you know, I mean, if you go to if you're going to buy stocks and bonds, I remember somebody told me this, you know, this guy came in, he was soliciting a certain product to a millionaire, and he listened to the spiel of the stockbroker, and he listened intently, and then at the end of the spiel, the stockbroker says, "Well, what do you think?" You know, and the millionaire says, "Yeah, okay, I'll buy some. That sounds good." He goes, "Okay, how many do you want to buy?" He goes, "I'll buy as many as you have." And the guy shut up because he didn't own any. So that's kind of a story, you know.
That's right.
So you know, don't go to a stockbroker or somebody who doesn't have any money, who has less money than you, who's just a job, looking for a commission. So the words of advice here. Okay. We'll talk, you know, all this stuff we're going to learn. You're going to learn more in depth within the Millionaires Club. I'm going over in general terms, and but we're going to cover a lot more detail and specifics within the Millionaires Club. Okay, another advantage, you know, $25 to join. You get all my knowledge from all the books I read and all my experiences, all of Thomas's experiences. And we're going to let you have it all for a grand total of $25. Now, how long that $25 to $25? I don't know. We may up it at a certain point, but I don't know when yet. So you're lucky to get in for $25 if you get in now. Okay, last one, number 7. So we got first is priority. You have to make a priority. Number 2, a specific amount of money you want to set your goal for, your outcome for. Number 3, you got to put a time frame on it. Number 4 is your plan, how you're going to get there. Number 5 is education. Learn everything you can about that area of investing. Number 6 is your mastermind group. Get a bunch of professionals to help you create the financial success you're looking for. And number 7, any idea what number 7 could be, Thomas? I'm going to put you on the spot here for a second.
No, not right now, since all this is your own creation.
Okay, you slimed out of that one pretty good. All right, number 7, and this is the biggest one of all of these. Okay, you have to take massive action. This is an action plan. That means you have to get fully involved in this process. Like I said, number 1, it's a priority. It's important to you, but if you don't take action on that priority, you're not going to get anywhere. Okay, so you've got to take action every day. Pay attention to what's going on, you know, with your investments and stuff like that. I actually had a friend of mine, Michael, out in Australia, and we were in business together, and on a business opportunity on the internet, and I didn't like the company, so I left and I went into another company. After a little while, he was struggling with that opportunity, and I was making a lot of money with the opportunity I moved into. So I said, Michael, come on over. Michael, come on. I'm making a lot of money here. I'm making $250 a day, working 15 minutes a day. He said, really? And I showed him the proof. So he joined. He put in $10,000. Okay. And I said, oh, fantastic. You know, I just made $1,000 off his $10,000. So what happens here is about, I think maybe 5 or 6 days later, SEC went knocking on his company's door and closed it down. Closed it right down. It was boom. So SEC is, just in case you don't know, Securities Exchange Commission. They deemed the company as selling investments without a license. And also, it appeared to be a Ponzi scheme. So they closed the website down, closed everything, and I had to call my friend up because he wasn't aware of it. I had to tell him that he lost his $10,000 in a matter of a couple of days. So, and we were just friends. We weren't really that close. And so he got really upset, and I felt bad because I brought him into the company. So, and I'm telling you this story for a reason. There's a point at the end of this. So what I did was I got really, really upset that it was my fault this guy lost $10,000, and he was willing to accept the loss. He said, "Well, it's not your fault, you know. The money's got, you know, the company's got my money now. You know, nothing I can do." So I started contacting some people I knew, and they all told me the same thing. Well, you know, they cashed his check. You know, well, he was a charge card actually, and they took his money. Now the government has his money, and he may have to wait a long time to get the money back. So I didn't settle for that. I kept going. I kept calling other people, looking for a solution to his problem, how I can get his money back for him. So and I did that. I mean, I was working on it full time for 2 days because it really upset me so much that somebody will lose money because of me. I got him into it, so I felt totally responsible. So after 2 days, I got a hold of this guy, and I forget where I got his name from. But he said, "Listen, tell your guy to go to his bank and fill out this form, and this form, and he's most likely 95% chance to get his money back." So I said, "Really?" I says, "Okay, you're the first person that told me he had a chance to get his money back." He said, "Well, it was a charge. We used a charge card, right?" And I said, "Yeah, you did." So I called up my friend Michael in Australia. I told him, "Go to the bank, go do this, this, and this." So he did. And the bank said, "Well, it was 2 or 3 business days to figure this out." So 3 days later, he calls me up. Gary, got my money back." I said, "Wow, really? Oh my God!" You know, he was so ecstatic. He loved me, and I was ecstatic too because he got his money back, and the bank only charged him $200. For a fee to get his money back. And I offered him $200 too. I said, "I'll give you the $200 so you come back whole." But he refused because, you know, I worked so hard to get him his money back and that he had written it off. So the point of the story is take action if there's something that you don't like, and don't just accept it, you know. If the bank takes money away from you or something happens, somebody screws you out of money, don't settle. Don't just say, "Oh well, you know, that's the way it is. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose." No, try and work and try and use every way you can, every resource you can to find a solution until you're exhausted. But at least you give it your best try. And this guy now is my best friend. We talk all the time. I'm going to go visit him in Australia probably in August and stuff. But you know, to me, getting his money back was important, but it was a certain thing I felt responsible I had to do. I didn't want to see this guy lose his money because so I felt somewhat responsible. So I wasn't going to settle for that. So. And that's how I'm going to treat everybody within the Millionaires Club. I feel responsible. Once you join as a member, I'm responsible for help training and coaching you to getting to where you want to go. And I tell you that story because I want you to realize the passion I have to help people. I could have just said, "Well, too bad, Michael. You know, we gave it the best shot. You know, I could have let it sit, and but you can see what happens from an outcome. You know." I mean, another thing is I stay on top of my bank account like crazy. I don't just wait for my monthly statement, to come to me. I'm on the bank account on every 3 or 4 days, and sometimes the bank will charge me a fee that's not right, and I call up and I say, "Hey, what are you doing? What's going on here? This is not right." And I talk to them, I explain what's happening, and then. So many times I had $35 charges credited back to me because I was paying attention to what they were doing. A lot of people, they just get their bank statement, look at the bottom, so oh, there's my balance, and boom. They just file it away and don't look at it. So there's probably a lot of charges that they're hitting you with that you don't even pay attention to. So you got to stay on top of your finances, and years ago I was very irresponsible. When I was a young guy, I was really irresponsible. I couldn't care less. I was a party guy. I was out there and I was chasing the girls and spending my money, and so. But when I got involved in real estate, that changed my whole life. Okay, then I was really concerned about building an empire for myself. Okay, we're getting close to an hour, so that's good because I went through all seven. Secrets to financial freedom. So now you know all 7 of them. Yeah, I'm just looking over. I covered all the story. Oh wow, I did everything on my sheet. Let's just show you. Here's my sheet, right? That's my outline. That's my outline for today's webinar, and I'm looking it over, and I talked about everything. So, and I did it in 57 minutes. So it's cool. I actually got water in my eyes, talking about that story with Michael. Very emotional for me. Very emotional. And it actually brought a little bit of water to my eyes. I'm a very emotional guy. When I talk about my wife, my eyes will water up. When I get involved personally, it's really meaningful to me. So just as this club is, I want to be next year at our live event. I want to be crying my eyes out when I hear all these fantastic stories how we help people create a lot more financial freedom for themselves. It's going to be fantastic, unbelievable. I'm not afraid to cry. I'm a big guy, strong guy, but I still have a good heart. So you just heard everything, Thomas. Is there anything you want to add or
no? You pretty well covered everything in general, and tomorrow we'll have another webinar, and invite your friends, and like I says, we will help you to achieve those dreams that you have and be able to help others that will be able to have that also.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do right now is it's still just short of an hour, but if anybody out there has a question, just type it into the chat box, ask me a question, and I'll be glad to answer it for you. Tomorrow's topic, I don't know what it's going to be about yet. So I'm not sure. I'll make it more interesting. Yesterday was a lot of fun. Today was a little bit more serious, but I still tried to inject some humor in, a little bit fun. So there we have it. Okay, I don't see any questions coming in. So this will be available for replay. If you missed any part of it, if you got in late and you want to watch it again, you can send. We'll have it available to you. It'll be on the website.
You there, Gary? So I guess we'll say good night, and we'll talk to you later.